Hey, you're transparent? I had planned to talk about ableism today, and a perfect example of what I planned to talk about occurred at the BAFTA Awards. There is a sudden influx of slurs which is expected from the right, but seeing it on the left has been incredibly disappointing. One thing I've found that adds insult to injury: rampant infantilizing of disabled adults on the internet. The most notable story is about Makeup Leroy, a disabled OVMA student who chose to get top surgery. Makeup was 19 years old when he underwent his procedure, but because of his cerebral palsy, he was inundated with hateful comments and abuse, comments accusing people around him of forcing gender ideology on a child. Though he needs assistance with some physical things, he is an adult and his own custodian. But instead of protecting him from bigots on his platforms, Meta shut down all of his accounts, perpetuating the misinformation that he was not making his own decisions. No matter how many times he spoke out in his own defense, he was ignored. No one cared what he had to say because they had already decided he was incapable of making his own decisions. At the BAFTA Awards, John Davidson, during a Tourette's ticking episode, shouted a slur at Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo while they were on stage, and then again at Heather Beekler as she passed him heading to the after-party. People with Tourette's syndrome cannot control what they say or do when they tick. That's the nature of the disability. But I'm of the opinion that, were it me, I would apologize for yelling the slur at someone. I had a relative say, why should he apologize for his disability to me, who is disabled? No one is asking him to apologize for his disability. But if I run over someone with my wheelchair, I'm going to apologize. I'm not apologizing for my disability, I'm apologizing for harm caused related to it. Just as simple. It's not me, it's the disability, and I'm sorry this happened would probably make a world of difference. The biggest ball was dropped by BAFTA. Not only did they not take measures to control the situation, they didn't address it with Jordan or Lindo, which is unacceptable. The least BAFTA could do was apologize. They didn't even agree to edit it out until there was tremendous backlash. Long story short, asking him to address it is treating him like the man he is and not infantilizing is the proper way to treat this. Abuse and ableism are not. Disabled people are barely treated as human to begin with. Being ableist is not the right way to expect accountability. Asking him to be held accountable for a slur is not ableism. It is important to point out that racial slurs can occur in Corpolalia and do not necessarily reflect his actual feelings, but he should be willing to address it knowing that misinformation about Corpolalia exists. Purity culture simultaneously asks too much and too little of disabled people when it's about protesting, boycotting, being vegan, etc. Things we may not be able to do due to disability restrictions. Some people are ready to hang us out to dry. Then, when it comes to making our own decisions about our bodies, going out in public, or finally being able to do something and take a stand, suddenly no one wants to hear it. We can't make those decisions. We're not inspirations. We're not puppies that need to be talked to slowly. We're human beings. We put our pants on one wheel at a time. Okay, quit acting like we're a separate species. It gets old. And no, we don't want to talk about Jessis, Susan. Anywho, that's all I have for you today. Stay in drugs, don't do school, bike.